Enjoy this free preview from MyOutdoorTV. With the largest library of outdoor shows, we're the home of the adventurous, the champions, the legends. MyOutdoorTV. Try us free.
From the lodge at Pickwick Landing State Park in Hardin County, Tennessee, I'm Fish Fishburne alongside referee Mark Randolph, and a brand new season of Pelican's Ultimate Match Fishing starts now. Well, here we go again for another season of Pelican's Ultimate Match Fishing, and we're back on beautiful Pickwick Lake in Tennessee, where last year, James Worldwide Watson defeated the #1 ranked angler in the world, Jacob Wheeler, in a rout. Well, Mark, James Watson is going to have a chance to defend his title, but he's going to have to go against 7 of America's top professional anglers. And it all starts today as iconic angler Gary Klein goes against UMF rookie Ryan Salzman. So, how are the anglers feeling this morning? We're about to find out in this week's Pugs Premium Eyewear Keys to the Match.
I really don't know how much weight it's going to take, just because we haven't been on Pickwick. The weight that it took to win the BFL was 20 pounds the other day. Granted, we're only 2 guys. I think if you catch 18 pounds, you're gonna be looking really, really strong today.
No, I'm really looking forward to today. You know, it's not very often that you have the opportunity to fish with other anglers. And today I'm fishing with Ryan Salzman, great young angler, one of our newest anglers on the Major League Fishing Tournament Trail. And I'm really excited. He's just a great young man, and I'm looking forward to today.
Mark, we've got the veteran Gary Klein against the rookie Salzman. Who do you like?
Hey, Fish, thanks for getting me in here first off. I like Klein in this one. He's a grizzled veteran. He's been here before, which is very important. In talking to him in some of the earlier meetings this week, talking about strategy. That's where he's at with this. I don't know if Salzman understands what he's getting into here.
Well, we're about to find out because Ryan Salzman will have control of the boat in the first quarter.
Let's take it to the lake.
Man, Gary Klein is a legend of the sport in my mind. He is one of the OGs of the Bassmaster community. I can't say enough good things about him. Just a positive energy on the water and never-ending optimism.
All right, Ryan, it's going to start on your first cast, bud.
Whenever?
Whenever.
All right. Well, it'd help if this was on. All right. Let's say play ball.
Play ball.
This match is officially underway. That was the Great Outdoors Coffee Company first cast of the match. Ryan Salzman, in control of the boat, just swung on a fish. Ryan, talk to me. You took advantage of a free run time. You came all the way up the lake about 12, 14 miles. What's going on?
Yeah, we're in a major creek right now, and got a little shallow grass right here. Just crawling a chatterbait through there. Just had one. You're gonna have to back up a little bit. There's a school of fish back here. It's just, I don't know how this calm weather, we got, we're starting later than you normally would, so we'll see how it goes. God, they smacked the crap out of that bait though. It's just a nice coming and going transition spot with that grass and 3 to 5 foot of water right there coming off of the flat, because all those fish want to spawn on the flat back there. And we just got there a little too late, and the water was just a little too calm. Had several just knock slack in there on my chatterbait. Let's go.
Well, I mean, I knew how the game is played.
Moving, Mr.
But again, you have to catch fish. I'm ready. And I know what my fishing's been like on this lake for the last few days. It hasn't been easy. And let alone, you got 90 minutes to go catch fish. You have 90 minutes to go win the match. You have 90 minutes to go catch big ones and a bunch of them. Like, I'm excited because now I have an opportunity to experience Ryan's knowledge on this water body. And maybe he's gonna lead me in a better direction than what I felt I had figured out.
This pattern usually, it'll let you know real fast. I mean, there's usually a ton of little fish. If there's fish up on it, you'll get a lot of bites.
Our rookie angler, Ryan Salzman, is originally from Huntsville, Alabama. He fishes the Major League Tour, but when he's not fishing that, he's on this lake guiding. When you have somebody who's never been here before, but they happen to be a guide, I think it creates a very complex situation mentally.
Did y'all bring any beer?
Pelican's Ultimate Match Fishing is presented by MillerTech Premium Lithium Batteries and by Dixie Marine, the official Ranger boat dealer of Ultimate Match Fishing, and by Millennium Marine for a new class of comfort.
Moving, Mr. Gary. That's odd. That's normally a money spot. The whole plan today was to go off of what Gary shows me in period 2 and then figure it out.
Ryan Salzman has made another move without a bass in the box. This is stop number 3. I think the clock is starting to tick on him. Let's find out right now. Ryan, talk to me about this spot and the fact that clock management is a key to ultimate match fishing.
I don't get bit here. I'm not gonna fish any more of this stuff. I'm just gonna go to docks because you should be getting some bites. I'm sure at one point had.
There we go, fish on front of the boat.
God dang it, did he get me? Oh, it's a little guy. He snatched it so hard for it to be that little. I don't think he's gonna make it, fish. But
that's all right, icebreaker.
It smells like bass. I think this year's weather transitions have been very volatile. I feel like we had an early spawn about a month ago on Pickwick. So right now the water's rising and it's come up about a foot over the last week and they're in a post-spawn funk and it just has the fish really unsettled. You know, one day they might be one place and the next day they might be another. Gary has been here for 5 days fishing and he said the exact same thing. It's random right now. Nothing's really locked in place. So, and these fish know, when that water even moves a few inches, they know. And they know what's coming. A lot of these fish will actually wait till the water reaches full pool to go spawn. They have these places they want to go spawn, they do it every year, and they're gonna wait till they feel comfortable.
Ryan, that last one was over the line.
Lovely.
Oh, not to add insult to injury, but that was the first penalty of the match.
Yeah, you are
with about 30 seconds remaining. Unbelievable.
That's the end of the period.
Well, had a couple pecks right there at the end. It's real shallow, so we got something to go off of. I knew if I could get that deeper bite working, I could catch a quick 12, 15 pounds, but it doesn't seem to be working. So we're gonna be shallow the rest of the day. Maybe hit a couple points here and there, but we'll keep it going if I can deal with the crew.
The first quarter is complete. Ryan Salzman with less than 0? Yes, because of a penalty late in the match with 30 seconds remaining. We're gonna see what happens. Gary Klein has caught a fish. It was a gar, but that's okay. Klein will have control when we start the second.
All right, Gary, go start when you put her in gear. Good luck.
Thank you. So when I watched the first period play out, I'm thinking, wow, you know, this is gonna be real interesting. I've got to go to my #1 stretch, or at least I felt like it was a stretch that if I went down it, I could catch 12 to 15 pounds in an hour.
Gary Klein in control of the boat here in the second quarter. He made about a 15-minute run up lake. He's in the mouth of Yellow Creek. He says he's throwing a little shaky head, braided line to fluorocarbon, and that little pumpkin shaky head, remember he said earlier that there was a stretch. Fish on front of the boat. Look at that. Bass #1 for Gary Klein.
I'm just telling you.
That last one was over the line.
You can call what you want, but. So I'm sitting in that comfortable Millennium seat, just firing cast up there. In my mind, me and the ref are not gonna agree on this. So that was kind of a awareness to that. So, I mean, you can be as harsh as you want or whatever, dude, but that's not cool in my mind, but whatever.
Ryan, that one's over the line.
That is not over the line.
That's over the line.
You know what's, I was sitting here to stand right here. I threw right here. I don't care what you say.
You threw over the line a foot.
You're just being a
I know. I have no reason to be a
dude.
That's over the line.
Whatever, dude.
That's why I asked you if you understood where that line was.
I understand, and I can sit here and look right down it, and my bait landed a foot to the left of it.
Landed a foot over.
I don't care what you're saying. I can see. You need your eyes checked. Next thing you'll tell me that's over the line.
No, you're good there.
Thought this was supposed to be fun.
Well, it is, but it's got to be fair, too.
Yeah, 100% to me, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Pelican's Ultimate Match Fishing is presented by Steel, maker of a full line of gasoline and battery handheld outdoor power equipment, by Minn Kota and Humminbird, and by Fisherman Central, your online headquarters for ARC rods, reels, and more.
Ryan, that one's over the line.
That is not over the line.
That's over the line.
No, I was sitting here to stand right here. I threw right here. I don't care what you say.
You threw over the line
I did
a
not.
foot.
You're just being a
I know. I have no reason to be a
dude.
That's over the line.
Whatever, dude. It takes a lot to get me fired up.
That's why I asked you if you understood where that line was.
I understand, and I can sit here and look right down it, and my bait landed a foot to the left of it.
Landed a foot over.
I don't care what you're saying. I can see. You need your eyes checked. But I got fired up just because I'm always going to stand for the truth. Thought this was supposed to be fun.
Well, it is, but it's got to be fair, too.
Yeah, 100% to me, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And if I feel something's unfair or I feel someone being targeted for some reason, I'm just going to speak my mind. If I throw straight, is that out?
Well, you just.
If
no,
I throw straight on this line, is that out?
No.
I know what's what, and you can call it all you want, but it's just. It's never experienced something like that in my life. I tried to come to a meeting of the minds in the water, and the best way I found to solve that solution was to just treat the line at the seat, because that is essentially where he was calling it.
Threw it right
For whatever reason,
like, that's out.
if I threw ahead of that line, when I fish, I put my toes
How far?
square
I don't know.
on that gunnel,
But I know
shoulder
it's not
square.
over it.
Have a very good perception of where that is, and we just had two different opinions. So that's what that was. Pretty sure I know what straight is. And if I went over it, I'll be the first to say I went over it.
Well, then why do I need to be here? We'll just let you do the whole thing yourself. How's that?
Gary Klein, would you like to weigh in your thoughts on this controversy?
Well, let's catch some fish. It's strategy. That's the cool thing about UMF. It's two anglers in a boat, but for the viewer that really wants to study it, there's so much going on, front of the boat, back of the boat. When you get in the back of the boat, you have different angles than you do in the front of the boat. Now, you may not have the correct speed to fish those angles, but I try to fish the angles.
There we go, fish on back of the boat.
Looks like smallmouth.
There you go. Nice smallmouth bass for Ryan Salzman. Looks like he's continuing to throw a drop shot. Gary Klein on the bow is throwing a shaky head, so we'll find out if that's going to make a difference. He's going to go for the board.
He was on a deep bluff wall, and I won Watts Bar throwing a drop shot on vertical structure, so decided to stick with the drop shot on that vertical structure since he was throwing the shaky head. And I actually had a little smallmouth peck before I caught that one, and I thought it might have been a little one. Turns out it was a smallmouth because he got the same exact bite, let him take it a little longer and hooked it, and it was a 2.5 pounder. And me and Gary kind of made an agreement at the beginning of the day that we wouldn't fish each other's water. Wanted to find my own fish and kind of go from there.
Believe me, into the second period, obviously didn't go the way I expected. It started out good. I think I caught one on my second or third cast.
Fish on
but I really
for
felt
everybody.
going down that stretch. Ryan and I, we may even have our limits. The fish are there. They may be a little bit later in the afternoon when temperature warms up and the sun gets high and pushes them up against that. That may be my fourth quarter, try to come back. But hey, we still have 3 hours of fishing and anything can happen.
right, boys, gonna start when you put her in gear, Ryan.
I guide here, so I know where places where it can go down. So when it's tough, it can kind of be an Achilles heel because I got to check things. I think a day like today, if you would just pick a pocket, thoroughly pick apart every little piece of structure in there, you'd probably win the day. But it's just not how I fish.
And the third quarter is officially underway. Ryan Salzman in control of the boat. Let's take a look at the first half of competition. Each angler boated one keeper bass. We saw a largemouth with Gary Klein on a shaky head, and right behind him on one of those bluff walls, we saw Salzman land a keeper smallmouth. So right now the weights are basically even. We're gonna call it around 2.5 pounds. But the big caveat, penalties. Mark Randolph has been on fire with that whistle, and each penalty has gone against one competitor, that being Salzman. His total penalty weight as of the start of the third is 2 pounds. Remember, he is going to have to catch a bass in the third, or Gary Klein will sit him down and we won't have a fourth quarter.
Pelican's Ultimate Match Fishing is presented by Tennessee State Parks. With state parks from Memphis to Kingsport, you're always within 1 hour of free natural adventure. By Mercury, go boldly. And by Exmark, the official mower of the backyard life.
Ryan Salzman has to catch a bass to keep this match alive. The clock is killing him right now. He's not showing signs of panic, but you can just read it in his mind. He was fishing really fast through here.
Yeah, it's a grind out here, man. I didn't get the practice. My truck was in the shop the last 2 days and literally picked it up right before close yesterday. I said, I'm just gonna wing it.
I asked him, where are you going? What are you gonna do now?
I'm just trying to catch a bass.
He guides on the pond. He has thousands of places where he knows bass live seasonally.
I don't have anything going, so just kind of fishing until Gary takes over, and then probably be it.
The penalties, I think they really affected him in that second round.
Third period, you're just trying to make a decision because you can only catch one bass at a time, unless you're throwing an A-rig, which we can't. And you're just looking for the clue, right?
We know how critical the penalties are right now in the third period. Randolph, motivating or total train wreck? I mean, where is Salzman's mind in this? Because sometimes, you get in a confrontation, you want to win this thing. Did those penalties motivate him?
I think he was a little spun to begin with,
yes,
in my opinion. And I think the penalties just kind of settled into motion. That's where I'm at with it. I don't know. Nothing against the guy. I just think he got a little spun.
Well, he's new to the UMF format, and I would think that it would have worked negatively against him. But, here's one of these spots. He talks about these little out-of-the-way hidden gems. This could be it. I mean, he could pull up on one of these places with the little stumps, little current. I don't know. I hope it motivates him.
He's fished some great-looking stuff. I am really shocked he hasn't caught it yet. It tells me that they're not there. I can't understand why they're not going shallow. That's just my opinion.
He looks like he's going to make another move. Here we go.
I thought it was all going to go down with one bite. A 4-pounder, it was over with. He fished it a little bit quicker than I would have. And I think he tried to cover a little bit too much water than what I would have.
That's the end of the period.
Well, Gary's got me. I really don't see the point in fishing anymore.
So here's the dilemma. What do we do?
I mean, I'm good. You got it, Gary.
This is definitely not the way I wanted it to go down. I mean, Ryan's a great fisherman. We're on a good lake. I really felt that we would have, 12 to 15 pounds apiece, and the weigh-in would be a little bit tight. And it's not going to end up that way. It just goes to show that no matter how good you are or how well you think you have fish figured out, it's a very humbling sport. And especially when you're fishing against the clock, anything can happen. You really don't know how it's going to play out until you play the game.
Well, there you go. Let's take it back to the lodge at Pickwick Landing State Park and make it official. Our first match of the brand new season of Pelican's Ultimate Match Fishing, and it didn't go as I had planned. I got to tell you, we had a veteran, Gary Klein, going against Ryan Salzman, a rookie to UMF. Outstanding anglers, and the fish never cooperated. All we saw was 2 fish today. Randolph, what did you think?
I'm not sure, Fish. You know, it's not every day you make a new enemy in this world. Unfortunately, I think I did today. But I know that this guy knows this lake well. I think he's as shocked on it as I am. It was just a shame that it came down to what it did.
Hey, it all boils down to the fact that he wears the stripes. And a lot of people, they don't like that. Always great working with you guys. Gary Klein, as you know, with that 272, you are going to advance to our semi-final round. Congratulations.
Thank you. I sure appreciate it. I'm looking forward to it.
This week's match-changing moment is presented by DD26 Fishing, built in the USA with unmatched quality and performance. See our full line of meat mount motor totes and steering locks at dd26fishing.com.
It's time now for the DD26 match-changing moment. Gary Klein, what happened out there that made this difference?
Well, I think really, it's pretty obvious. I caught one.
Yes, you did.
Little did I know that would be the only fish that I would score during the entire match.
Yeah.
I knew for sure that when I caught that fish, within that next 300 yards, I was going to have a limit.
Gary Klein's been doing this a long time. He's forgotten more than we know. I'm Fish Fishburne. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week for Pelican's Ultimate Match Fishing.
Ultimate Match Fishing is presented by Pelican, built to protect. And in part by Prime One Camo, a new breed of hybrid camo, by Bob's Machine, and by Great Outdoors Coffee Company, the taste of adventure.
And Ryan Salzman will have control of the boat in the first quarter.
Let's take it to the lake.
Yes! Love the lake!
A little less crazy, you know?